Tonight, on an unsolved murder in Whiteville, 71-year-old Cynthia Hansen was killed inside her gym in March. Now police sharing what led up to that moment. WECT's Ariana Bertolotti attended the press conference this morning and shares more details on the morning of the attack and any potential suspects.
Here at Stronger Body Fitness, 71-year-old Cynthia Hansen was killed. And Thursday morning, police held a press conference sharing the details of the attack.
This was a senseless and violent act that has deeply impacted the Hansen family and our entire community.
A crime that is still unsolved. But Whiteville City Police Chief Paul Rockenbach says police haven't stopped to find who killed Hansen. Investigators shared this photograph today as part of their search. They believe the suspect is a man who wore a dark hoodie and may walk with a limp. Rockenbach says Hansen also provided details about who attacked her before she died. She said his name is Daniel. The chief said the suspect used something inside the gym to attack Hansen. And to help the search, the state offered a $25,000 reward on top of the city's $2,000 reward.
This is a significant step forward and reflects the seriousness of this case and the commitment at every level of justice, or at every level, to see that justice is served.
This is still an active investigation, so police are asking anyone with any information to come forward. Reporting in Whiteville, Ariana Bertolotti, WECT News.